Hello.
Good afternoon, Miss Hunt. The government has 500 tons of toxic waste that needs to be dumped in the small town of Nowhere, Nevada. Due to the extremely dangerous nature of this waste, anywhere it is placed will be contaminated for the next 150 years. The small town of Nowhere, Nevada was selected as the repository for this toxic material. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to travel to Nowhere and get rid of the people so the toxic waste can be dumped. As always, should you or any of your crew be captured or killed, we will disavow any knowledge that you ever existed. Good luck, Miss Hunt. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds. Come on.
Is your name Hunt?
Maybe? Who wants to know?
This is for you.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? This is Miss Hunt. Do you have something you want to tell me?
I already told you.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I called, you answered, and I told you about the mission.
You didn't tell me about a mission.
I told someone about the mission. Uh-oh.
Don't go anywhere. I may need to kill you. But can I have that message again, please?
You were supposed to travel to Nowhere and get rid of the people so you could dump the 500 tons of toxic waste.
Wouldn't the toxic waste get rid of the citizens for us?
Probably, but we should probably get rid of the people first before we dump the toxic waste.
Where exactly is Nowhere?
I don't know. Try Siri.
Hey Siri, I need the area code for Nowhere. It's a place. Well, for now. No, I'm not trying to be funny. And anywhere in Utah? I don't think that's it. Try again.
Are you? I've never seen a place like this. No lights, no phones, no cars, not a single luxury. When you told me I was going to be doing a film with the Ron Scorsese to Palma Howard, I thought it was going to be one of those Academy Award winners, like Titanic 2 or Alien Meets Gladiator. A nice, safe Hollywood film, shot in Hollywood. I never dreamed I'd end up in the desert. I thought the only thing in Nevada was Las Vegas. But you're right, Sid. I need the work. Best of all, the paparazzi haven't found me yet.
Hey Lola, what's the story with you and Brett? Are you two an item? Are you going to marry him?
Lola, this way. Lola, give me a good shot. This one national gossip news and coy.
Are you dumping George Looney for Tom Banks?
Did you walk off the set of Terrible Mind because your boyfriend's jealous of the leading man?
The press and the public think you're a spoiled brat, so you have temper tantrums, throw things at fans and reporters. Are you already married to him? Are you going to divorce him?
Can you look fat and ugly? How about a mean look?
Or Green dumping Tom Hanks to George Looney.
Green Isla, get me out of here! Hey, get away from me! What am I paying you for?
Sorry, madam, I haven't been sleeping very well.
Drive!
What's that ringing in my ears?
I'm seeing stars and planets and comets, and my head really hurts.
Why, I can't hear you!
What?
What? She's getting away! Where did everybody go?
What am I getting myself into?
A film directed by Ron Scorsese and Palma Howard, one of Hollywood's most finest directors.
But we're shooting in the middle of nowhere.
We're in Nevada, madam. This is where John Ford liked to shoot his westerns. Who?
John Ford, the famous American director.
Never heard of him. Are you making this up?
No, madam, we are not.
Look, all I know is that I signed on to do a movie called Stagecoach 2.
Yes, a remake of a John Ford classic.
I thought it was about a car that pulled up to a Broadway door and I was gonna get to sing Worth the Money and wear a fancy costume and tap dance.
That's 42nd Street, and it's already been remade.
Oh, it isn't fair!
Where do you want to go, madam?
Someplace with air conditioning. Drive to Las Vegas.
But what about your contract with Mr. Scorsese and Palma Howard?
I don't care about contracts, Isla. I need to have a favorite teacher!
As you wish.
Good morning, Nora, Nevada.
This is radio station KRUM, broadcasting from the back room of Bob's Tire Store and Chiropractic Clinic.
Where Bob will line up your wheels and your spine at the same time. We have some announcements. The Rotary Club will hold their annual snake fry this Friday night. There's still plenty of tickets left. The cook promises all the snakes will be dead and that you can rest assured that when you bite into your dinner, it won't bite back.
Don't forget, the Nowhere Community Theater's two-man production of Romeo and Juliet at the Lonesome Dog Cafe, Casino and Dinner Theater opens next week. Mrs. McPhee, the director, says she's got a real good cast, and the story's not that bad either. That's it for the announcements.
Now let's hear a little music. This one is for Betty Sue and all her customers down at the Desiro's Hair Sound Festival. That great country western hit, if it weren't so hot, it might be cool.
What's in a name?
By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes.
What are you talking about?
I'm giving the proper signal. What are you talking about?
I say, what's in a name? And you say, that which we call a rose by any other word would smell as sweet. It's from Romeo and Juliet.
No. I say, by the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. And you say, open locks whoever knocks. It's from Macbeth.
Last week's signal was Macbeth. This week, it's Romeo and Juliet. Didn't you get the memo?
Well, apparently not. I thought this week was Macbeth.
That was last week. Do you understand our present mission?
Yup. We have 3 days to get the citizens of Nowhere to disappear so that the government can dump 500 tons of toxic waste.
Right.
So, what exactly is our plan?
Still working on it. I say we take them out individually. We whack them on the heads and we bury them in the desert.
I see 3 problems. Number 1, it would take a really long time. 2, it would be morally reprehensible. And 3, it could arouse suspicion. Other than that, it's a pretty good plan.
Okay, how about this? We get a major industry to locate its world headquarters here. The property values will soar, they won't be able to pay their taxes, and the people will have to move.
That could take longer than 3 days. Where's the toxic waste right now?
It's traveling across the country. Should be here in a day or so.
Yeah, I don't think you could persuade a major industry to locate its world headquarters here by Wednesday.
Good point.
What if we purchased their land as cheaply as possible?
And why not just go in and take it?
They might get mad.
And they won't get mad if we take them out into the desert and whack them. We're taking away their homes. They might find it kind of annoying.
Why not just tell them the government is going to dump toxic waste in their backyard?
The government doesn't want people to know where toxic waste is dumped.
Well, if they knew where it was, they could avoid it.
That makes too much sense.
This is such a crummy little town. I don't know why anyone would want to live here anyway.
Does have like a rustic feel to it?
It feels like the oven at a pizza parlor.
Wow, strangers. It's strange to get strangers around here.
Not many visitors, huh?
No, never. I gotta go tell my sister.
It shouldn't be too difficult.
What do you mean we got strangers? We never get strangers. The strangest thing around here is you. Wow, we got strangers. I'm Danita Carr, and this is my sister, Anita Carr. We're the Carr twins.
The Carr twins.
Identical twins, unfortunately. Our mother can't tell us apart. When we were little, we played tricks on everyone.
I miss chicken. What's on your spatula?
Lunch? Want a taste?
Oh, thank you.
How about you? It's really good.
Maybe next time.
This is a nice little town. What do you guys do for fun?
We try to keep them fricasseeing. It's really hot in case you haven't noticed.
We noticed. Isn't this like a casino?
That's right, the Lonesome Dog Cafe, casino and dinner theater.
Wait, but where are the slot machine and the roulette wheel?
Oh, they were repossessed. We couldn't make the payment.
So then how do people gamble?
Oh, we bet on the Scorpion races. But we had to cancel them this year. The owners were getting a bit rowdy, if you know what I mean.
Scorpion races? Owners?
Yeah, you know how it is when you get a prize animal? Everybody wants a piece of it.
A prize animal.
Isn't a scorpion just a bug with a stinger?
An arachnid with a stinger.
Sorry.
So, are you lost or are you here on purpose?
Lost! Lost! We got lost getting here, but we are here on purpose.
So where are you from?
Washington!
We're from the United States government.
Real estate company. We buy large tracts of land for development.
For the government.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm not into destroying Earth's natural resources or anything.
We're not destroying the resources. We're recycling them into something different.
Okay, well, that's okay, I guess. Did that smarmy little congressman send you?
What congressman?
Congressman Snord, that gopher rat, is supposed to represent us in Washington. But does he look after us? Heck no.
We're from the
defense
EPA.
department. We're from the
EPA.
We're not from your congressman's office.
Oh, so where are you from?
Don't ask. If you found out, we'd have to kill you.
Huh. Would you like something to drink?
Water. This shouldn't
town
be too hard.
Seems kind of isolated.
This is nowhere. We're not near anywhere.
Where is anywhere?
I already told you. Not near nowhere.
Where's nowhere?
Nowhere is here.
So, what is here exactly?
What are you talking about?
I mean, this is somewhere. No. Somewhere is in Utah. And we're nowhere near somewhere. Anywhere. And it's near somewhere, but we're nowhere near somewhere. Anywhere. Or Utah. And just to make things worse, we are nowhere. I got stew to cook. And it ain't vegetarian.
Your sister's a vegetarian?
My sister is a fruit loop.
This shouldn't be too hard. A casino without any gambling.
The hottest, dullest town in the entire country.
Maybe even the world.
It's 200 miles from the nearest highway.
It's hot, it's dusty.
And it's badly in need of an urban renewal.
For toxic waste.
I bet nothing exciting ever happens in nowhere.
What lady is that, which doth enrich the hand of yonder knight?
Excuse me?
I know not, sir.
Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of night, like a rich jewel in Ethiopian's ear.
Well, aren't you smooth?
Beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. It seems she hangs along the cows, as o'er her fellow shouts.
Cut! Enough already, I can't stand this! Hey, I was about to be kaput. Oh, it's Capulet, Radana, not kaput. But, let's start with Bubba.
What's wrong?
You're not delivering the lines correctly. It's Ethiop, not Ethiopian.
What's the difference?
An Ethiop is a person of Ethiopia, and an Ethiopian is, well, okay, it's the same thing. But Shakespeare said Ethiop, so that's how we need to deliver it. Also, it's trooping with crows, not cows. We're in an iambic pentameter meter. Crows rhymes with shows, which, by the way, you also mispronounced.
Cows and shalls. I made it rhyme.
I'm really disappointed. You two were supposed to have Act 1 ready by now. Now go back to the hardware store and don't sell a single 2x4 or wood screw until you've learned your part.
I know my part, Mrs. McFew.
You couldn't even pronounce Capulet correctly. Go learn your part.
Excuse me, ma'am? Are those two supposed to be performing Romeo and Juliet?
They better. We open in 5 days, and we usually have an open house on full night.
But you do know that Romeo and Juliet's a love story, right?
I know what it is. I'm the director. I've directed shows in this town for the last 20 years, and I'll tell you now, I've never had actors as poorly prepared as the Gas siblings.
The Gas siblings.
That was Bubba and Raydana. The Gas siblings?
Bubba and Radon Gas.
Hello there, Mr. Pugh. How are horses going?
Don't ask.
Okay, I won't. Here's your drinks.
We ordered water, but I guess sodas will be all right.
Oh, that is water.
What?
Would you like something, Miss McPhee?
Sure, anything but water.
Well, Danita made stew for lunch, but it's not vegetarian.
I'm much too nervous to eat.
The show always comes together. It was really groovy last year.
One of my favorites, the sound of music.
It was so groovy. I did that with 2 actors.
You're right, Nita. It'll work. It always does. I'll have a bowl of your stew. By the way, who are these strange people and what are they doing in nowhere?
From the government?
In that worthless congressman's office?
No, but don't ask too many questions. They may have to kill us or something.
We got strange people in town. Who are you strange people and what are you doing in nowhere?
Ugh, that water tastes like turpentine.
Oh, it's much worse than turpentine. It smells like diesel fuel mixed with sulfuric acid with a hint of bacon grease.
I've been poisoned.
Sheriff Rusty Ford, what are you doing out this early? It's only 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
We got strange people in town. This is the most exciting event since the last tumbleweed blew down the street. So who are you strange people and what are you doing in the middle of nowhere?
There, from government.
From Congressman Vulturebrett's office?
No, we're not from your congressman's office.
Ugh, call 911.
This town is so boring.
The water is awful.
There's nothing here.
Well, there might have been, but that was before that highway incident.
Now, Miss McBoom, don't get started on that.
Oh, please call 911.
Wait, what highway incident?
The new highway was supposed to pass through town. We've got travelers we discover nowhere, and we can open hotels and casinos, restaurants.
We were promised a new highway by a certain congressman who should remain nameless.
Oh, Congressman Cranston Storr. But we don't say his name around here.
When the new highway was built, it missed us by 200 miles.
And went right through Rattlesnake City instead.
Rattlesnake City.
Rattlesnake City?
Our nearest neighbors. They got the highway, a shopping center, cable TV.
A real dinner theater with real actors.
Fast food restaurants, a dry cleaner, and a used car dealer.
A real nice sports arena for their scorpion races.
And we got left in the dust.
Oh, I see a bright light at the end of a dark tunnel. I'm moving towards the light.
Did you serve them water?
Oh, well, they wanted water. What was I supposed to do?
Serve the clear water?
But I'm saving that for the regular customers.
I better drag this one off and administer the antidote.
Is she going to be all right?
Sure, if she survives, but some people have a really bad reaction.
What kind of reaction?
A really itchy skin, like a few thousand mosquito bites, but she should be fine if she survives.
Anita, my stew is still crawling.
You should rejoice in their existence. They're like a part of nature.
They're poisonous reptiles and they're shaking their rattlers at me. I need to get back to the hardware store. Is this gonna be anything like a two-man production of Les Mis? It's going to be worse.
I know all you customers down to Desro's Hairstyle Pest Control enjoyed that number.
I've just been handed this late-breaking story. We've got strangers in nowhere.
2 women from the government say they're here to look around.
One is receiving medical treatment after drinking the brown water at the Lonesome Dog.
Wow, that's like the most excitement we've had in nowhere since that time it rained 5 years ago. We'll keep you updated.
And now, a song for all those hardworking mechanics down at Bob's Auto Repair and Bakery.
Another country western favorite, sweating our time away.
What did we just run over?
I don't know.
What's the last thing you remember seeing?
Well, the highway.
Corrine? Isla? Where's the road?
I don't know, madam. I thought we were driving on it.
We'll check things.
Well, we're no longer on a road.
I ran over a very large cactus and my car is overheated.
Well, that's not good! Call AAA and get a tow truck out here now!
Well, we have no cell phone. It's about time to think about switching cell phone companies.
Why? We have no reception out here.
What are we gonna do?
We could just follow the tire tracks back up to the highway.
Except they've been covered by the wind. Green.
Isla! I'm starting to perspire!
Oh, we can't have that, can we, madam? We should find you some shade.
It is quite warm today.
Please hurry, I do not like perspiring.
I know.
But it is 110 degrees.
Citizens of nowhere, thank you all for attending our little meeting this afternoon.
Heck, there ain't nothing else to do.
Except eat rattlesnakes and chase rattlesnakes and run from rattlesnakes.
This is Miss Hunt, who seems to be just a tad bit distracted at the moment.
She didn't drink the water, did she?
Unfortunately, she did. I'm Miss Chase. We're both from the federal government.
From Congressman Skunkpants' office?
No, we're not from your congressman's office, but I do believe that we can fix the damage he did to nowhere.
Can you get us a highway?
Oh no.
Can you get us a dinner theater?
No.
How about a casino?
That would be another negative.
Get me right on out of this awful theater production.
What do you mean?
He means we think your production's gonna reek.
Well, I can't do anything about that.
Well, what can you do besides dash our hopes and dreams like glass against a rock wall?
That wasn't half bad. Have you considered trying out for the community theater?
You know what? I might, if the price was right.
We would like to buy your town.
What?
Every house, every street light, every tree, every bush,
all of it.
We don't have no trees or bushes.
Or street lights.
We just want to buy everything in a 50 square mile radius.
Why?
Because we like it.
What are we supposed to do?
You're supposed to move someplace else. Someplace nice.
Like where?
I don't know. Like Rattlesnake City.
Rattlesnake City!
Are you trying to start a fight or something, lady?
Miss Chase, I am really itchy. Can we please find a drugstore?
You know, I'm actually trying to do a little business here. All you've done is sit there and feel sorry for yourself.
I think the antidote is causing another reaction. I need medical attention.
Just sit there and let me work.
The people in Rattlesnake City wouldn't let us live there anyway.
They're all stuck up because they got the highway and we didn't.
There are other places to live, you know.
Like where? There ain't nowhere else.
Like Las Vegas.
Las Vegas!
How are we supposed to live there? We'd never be able to afford it.
Name your price. We'll pay whatever you want. Just someone get me to a hospital.
Why are you so interested in our land anyway?
Because we believe that you all should have the gracious opportunity to
Because
be
we
able
have tons of toxic waste someplace. Nowhere's the most worthless geographical location in the country. Just someone please get me some cortisone and call a doctor.
I've heard about this.
You couldn't have. We would have had to kill you.
This is one of those reality TV shows. You guys come in here, you offer us a bunch of money, and you see what kind of idiots we are. Well, we're not buying it. Yeah, if you want to make fun of somebody, go to Rattlesnake City and make them look bad.
We've like suffered enough already. We're prepared to make you a very, very, very generous offer for your property.
Someone please help me before I scratch myself to death.
It looks like she needs the antidote to the antidote.
What, stop this horrible itching?
Sure, if you survive, but this antidote can cause narcolepsy.
That's narcolepsy.
Whatever. You'll fall asleep when you least expect it, but I guess it's better than clawing away at your epidermis.
You know, I'd better go with you in case Miss Hunt says some classified information.
There's only one thing to do.
Buy a big screen TV so we can watch stuff act like idiots.
All we need is a big screen mirror.
We need to get back to Romeo and Juliet.
Shoot.
I know all you guys down at Bob's Auto Repair and Bakery enjoyed that song. I just got past another important message. The word's out. We're going to be on a reality TV show. More details will follow. I wish somebody had a TV set so we could watch ourselves. Anyway, while you contemplate the meaning of life, we're going to head over to the Lonesome Dog and grab ourselves a reptile sandwich.
You can listen to a brand new country western hit.
If you'll hang the stars, I'll hang the moon.
I need you to carry me. Carry yourself. You ungrateful chauffeur. Get me out of here. Get yourself out. Please.
bribe. That's not a bribe. That's hors d'oeuvres. It's chips and salsa. If you want to make a deal with me, you'd better bring a couple of enchiladas, a few tamales, and a whole bunch of refried beans. I don't care about how good your industry will be for the country. I care about how good it will be for my re-election. Now you bring me something I can use and we'll talk tacos. And I'll tell you something, I'm a bargain. You will find a cheaper member of Congress than Cranston Snoring. I'll tell you something, Jerry. The price of doing business in Washington is going down. People are electing more and more crooked congressmen, and the deals are getting spread pretty slim.
Here's the poll results for every item coming up in the vote this week.
Do you have any idea what all these bills are all about?
No, none whatsoever, sir. Just vote the way the polls tell you to, like always.
I'll get it later.
There is something of interest back in your home district.
What home district?
In Nevada.
Oh, that home district. The citizens of Rattlesnake City have got to love that new highway.
Yes, sir, they do. And you're above 80% in the polls.
Then what's wrong?
Oh, no, nothing's wrong in Rattlesnake City. It's nowhere we have to worry about.
So we don't have any place to worry about?
No, not any place. Nowhere. We have to worry about nowhere.
So we have nowhere to worry about, but not any place.
Right.
You're not making a bit of sense.
Oh, nowhere is a town about 200 miles from Rattlesnake City.
A town called Nowhere? What kind of a name is Nowhere?
It actually comes from an old Navajo word.
Well, what does it mean?
It means a place that doesn't or shouldn't exist.
So it's the same in Navajo as in English.
Basically.
Well, did they vote for me in the last election?
They voted 100% against you. The highway you promised is 200 miles away.
Well, what's 200 miles? A highway is a highway. And why should I care about a place that didn't even have the decency to vote for me?
Because the government's gonna buy the town from its citizens.
Buy the town? Why?
Oh, they need a place to dump like 500 tons of toxic waste.
Well, if they voted for me, I might feel sorry for them.
I thought you'd be interested in the fact that the government wants to buy something in your district.
Why should I care what they do, as long as I don't get caught?
Okay. Take a deep breath, sir. What do you smell?
Cheap cologne.
It's not cheap. It's Toxin by Calvin Clown.
It smells like old flowers and onions.
It's supposed to be alluring and provocative.
All right, Jerry, aside from a flower shop and a burger with onions, what is it I'm actually supposed to be smelling?
All right. Think, sir. The government. Land. The government buying land from its citizens.
I'm beginning to understand.
Okay. Now take a deep breath, sir. What do you smell?
Money! Jerry, get me a charter jet for some greedy corporation and get me a room in Caesar's Palace and get someplace cheap for yourself. We've got to save the poor citizens of no place from being cheated by the government.
That's no place, sir.
Them two!
How much do you think we can get?
We'll get them for everything they've got. And then some.
Can I get a place in Caesar's Palace too?
No. Jerry, you know, your cologne is gross.
Now this is exciting. Film star Lola Brigida and her chauffeurs have disappeared in the desert north of Las Vegas. Lola Brigida fled the set of the new Ron Scorsese De Palma Howard film, Stagecoach 2, falling on her typical temper tantrums. Her and her chauffeurs were last seen leaving the highway north of Rattlesnake City.
Isn't Stagecoach the musical the one with singing and dancing?
Let's listen to a little number and hope Lola, Creed, and Isla don't stay lost too long.
For all the citizens of Nowhere, here's a song called We're in the Money.
I think we'll head down to the Lonesome Dog to see if Anita or Donita have any more of those reptiles for their famous sandwiches.
That last one crawled off my plate while I wasn't looking.
What light is that through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father. And
Romeo ain't finished delivering his lines yet.
My dress is itchy.
Can't you two even finish a scene without stopping?
Ray Donner makes the ugliest Juliet I have ever seen.
Well, would you rather be Juliet and let Ray Donna be Romeo?
I'd rather not be in it.
Mama said you better be in it.
Why?
Because it counts as community service, and you need to have community service as a part of your parole.
I would not be on parole if it wasn't for you.
You wouldn't be on parole if you hadn't got caught taking scrap metal from the nuclear testing range.
Well, how was I supposed to know that it was radioactive?
Would you two knock it off? We open in 5 days, and you two can't even get through Act 2. And what if we really are on reality TV?
Them strangers say we won't go beyond no TV show.
They did say we were weird enough to be in the circus.
Well, it might as well be just as that. The stress of the show is overwhelming enough. Do this. Do you mind?
We're like, sorry.
We found more strange people wandering in town.
Maybe they're part of one of those reality type shows.
You're all sunburned and dehydrated. You don't have to be crazy to wander around the desert like that.
Well, can't you save their lives somewhere else? I'm trying to have a rehearsal here, and I'm trying to get the show off the ground, and it has not been easy.
I'll grab them some water.
Get the clear water.
But I'm saving that for the regular customer.
If you keep giving people tap water, I'm gonna have to consider attempted murder charges.
Where'd you find them, Sheriff?
Out in the middle of nowhere.
You mean out in the middle of the desert?
No, I mean out in the middle of downtown nowhere. They were crawling on their hands and knees singing Broadway tunes.
Hey, what Broadway tunes? We might know a few of them.
How should I know, Bubba? Why is your sister wearing a dress?
She's Juliet.
You know, I think it's about time we close the community theater.
Close the community theater? We would have nothing and nowhere. We lost the casinos, we lost the highway, we lost the scorpion races. If we lose the community theater, we might as well just sell our property and move to Las Vegas.
All right, Miss Hunt, we can make these contracts out to $50 an acre. After that, we're over budget.
Would you stop going to sleep? You've been doing it all day.
But I don't itch anymore. We need to figure out a way to get these bumpkins to sign these contracts without actually reading them. What to do. Oh! What if we scare them into doing it? We can get a bunch of big, scary guys with cigars and tattoos that look like they're from the mafia. I can't wait to get back to Washington. My hair's a mess, and I can't find a Starbucks anywhere.
All right, actors, get back on the stage. Break time is over.
We don't got no stage.
So stand in the middle of the room and act.
We gotta start beginning of the scene.
Start with how she leans her cheek.
Right. How she leans her cheek upon that hand. Oh, to be a glove upon that hand, touch thy cheek, that might be as fair as she.
Ay me.
She speaks, oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art as poised to this night as a winged messenger o'er the fields of heaven.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name, and I'll no longer be kaput.
It's Capulet, not kaput!
Whatever, you forget your family, I'll forget mine, we'll run off together, etc., blah, blah, blah. I'd rather swap hogs than be in this play.
Well, I was better off just dying in the desert. Sorry. Is there something wrong with my production? Well, yeah. Well, what? Well, where to begin? You are actually attempting to do Romeo and Juliet with two peasants who look like they work at the garbage dump.
Hey, I have you know we work in a hardware store.
We used to work at the garbage dump.
And do you think you could do a better job? I certainly do. Oh, and just who are you? I am Lola Brigida, movie star.
Never heard of you.
No, I'm sorry. How could you have never heard of me? I'm famous. I'm one of the beautiful people.
No offense, ma'am, you kind of look like a peasant who works at a garbage dump.
Or a hardware store.
Why were you crawling through the desert anyway?
I was trying to get to someplace.
Where's that?
It's in Utah.
I was a stage actress before I was lured away to Hollywood. Sorry, but I'd never heard of a stage actress named Lola.
Whatever. My agent named me Lola Lola Brigida because he didn't like my real name, which is Mavis Gulch.
Mavis Gulch. The Mavis Gulch?
You've heard of me?
Everyone in theater has heard of you. Okay, maybe not everyone, but most everyone. Okay, maybe not most everyone, but a few people have heard of you. Okay, maybe not a few people, but I have heard of you. You walked up the stage in Romeo and Juliet and were never seen again.
No one even noticed, including the director.
I noticed. I was there 5 years ago in the Baltimore Theater, New York. Or was it the New York Theater in Baltimore? Anyway, they ended the show after Act 3 and I never got my money back.
It was a terrible performance. The critics destroyed me.
You kidding? I thought it was an outstanding performance. Okay, maybe not outstanding, but it was a solid performance. Okay, maybe not solid, but it was very adequate.
You can't tell me that this shallow, ignorant, conceited son of a woman was actually a real actress at one time. I'm not firing you anymore.
Well, in that case, you can't tell me you've never heard of this magnificent member of the acting profession.
Well, that's laying it on a bit thick.
So, as long as you're in nowhere, do you mind helping us with our little, production?
The last time I was on stage, I was completely humiliated. I didn't see if I could ever return.
Well, it's the least you could do. We prevented you from joining the ranks of buzzard crew.
Well, the stage was my first love, but I'm working on a film for Ron Scorsese to Palma Howard.
Who?
Ron Scorsese to Palma Howard. You know, 7th Sense, Crouching Chicken, Hidden Donkey, The Da Vinci Curd.
We haven't seen movies in a really long time.
We don't have a movie theater or Netflix.
Or cable TV.
Or phones. Or lights. No phone? No lights? No Netflix?
It's as primitive as can be. All we have is a radio station and a stage.
Well, before this little scene goes on any further, I'd just like to hand out these little contracts. They don't say much. Just that we just make you an offer. Don't bother reading the little details.
Hey, Nita, you got any stew left from lunch? Sorry, I have a customer.
All right, Sheriff, this one's for you. It's just a little thank you for showing us all this beautiful land in nowhere.
I don't see how you can call it beautiful. There ain't nothing on it.
There's going to be something on it now. All right, I'm so hungry. I haven't had anything to eat a whole day.
Help yourself.
Oh, thank you. This stew is wiggling.
Dang it, Danita. How many times I gotta tell you? You gotta kill them before you cook them.
This wouldn't be a problem if we all just became vegetarian.
Only vegetable around here is cactus.
And my mouth always seems to hurt after eating it.
This contract is to buy my land for $5 an acre.
Ooh!
I couldn't accept that. My land isn't nearly worth that much.
What? Wait, we can offer you less?
What do you say, Miss Gulch? Will you help us with our little production? Please!
I mean, I should say not. Will I have full artistic control?
Yes! Just tell us what to do.
Okay, first we need to think about some recasting.
Please make somebody else be Julia.
That goes without saying. How many actors can we get?
Well, if you count the lady who just lost her cookies and Sleeping Beauty over there, we've got 9.
Oh, if I'm in your play, can I have your homes?
No!
How many scripts do we have?
1.
We'll have to share. But madam, what about the film? I'm not going back to that movie set until I get in one good production of Romeo and Juliet. Now, don't come back here until you memorize the script.
So, what are you saying we should do?
Don't come back until you memorize the script.
Don't you get it, people? Let's get to work already.
any idea where we are?
About 200 miles from Rattlesnake City?
That seems a little rough, Jerry.
Yeah, that's because it isn't paved, sir.
Are you sure we're even on a road?
No, sir.
What was that?
I'll get out and check. Oh no. There appears to be a cactus stuck in the engine, and we've overheated.
Well, call AAA.
Yeah, there's no service, sir.
It's gonna get a bit hot in here. What do we do?
I guess we'll walk. I mean, it can't be that far from nowhere, can it? Hello?
We sent 2 agents into the field to procure land from the citizens of a small town in Nevada. We have not received a report, and the government is anxious for the mission to be completed. Already, 500 trucks loaded with toxic waste are making their way across the desert.
We need those people off the land so we can pollute it.
Your mission is to find out what happened to our agents and to get those people off that land.
As always, should you or any of your force be captured or killed, we will disavow any knowledge that you ever existed. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
This is for you. Hello?
Uh-oh!
Good morning, Nora, Nevada.
This is radio station KRUN, broadcasting from the back room of Bob's Tire Store and Chiropractic Clinic.
Where Bob put you and your car at the same rack at the same time. It's a beautiful day. Temperature in around 112.
We're a little late getting to the station this morning. Again. Anyway, here are the announcements.
The Nowhere Community Theater's production of Romeo and Juliet is being completely recast.
That's good news.
And the Mrs. McPhee, the director, has stepped aside.
Wow, that's even better news.
The new director of the new famous Hollywood film that none of us have ever heard of, also known as Mavis Gulch.
If you ever dreamed of a career on the stage, head over to the Lonesome Dog Casino and Dinner Theater and audition.
Well, we're gone. You can listen to a brand new country western favorite.
Your memory can't haunt me if you won't go away.
production of Romeo and Juliet if I have to kill every single one of them?
But you have a contract.
Don't tell me about contracts. I had a contract for 6 weeks of Romeo and Juliet, and the director shredded it like it was coleslaw.
Mayonnaise or vinegar base?
What are you talking about?
I really enjoy coleslaw.
I'm not going back to that movie set until I get in one good performance of Romeo and Juliet. Now I need to think through the script. Don't bother me! Would you guys like something to eat? Do you have something that hasn't crawled on the ground? Well, Danita can make cactus omelets. That sounds acceptable. Sometimes a little snake egg sandwich just scrambles them. Don't tell me about it, just prepare it.
Do you have any coleslaw?
I wouldn't recommend that. Danita's got a tumbleweed.
We're here. For the auditions. I thought I'd show for Juliet.
But you're old.
What?
I mean, Juliet was young and attractive and capable of deep feelings.
I'm about to turn you two into coleslaw.
I really enjoy coleslaw. I had you in mind for the role of the nurse.
I never considered the nurse, but I suppose that would be acceptable.
A crude yet compassionate character who speaks long-winded nonsense.
That sounds like Mrs. McFew.
Me and Red Donna gotta be in this thing if we go back to the hardware store.
You have to be in it.
Do I gotta wear a dress?
Absolutely not. I was thinking about Fire Lawrence and Fire John. Danita can't shake out enough snake eggs for an omelet.
How about a rattlesnake on half a shell and a side of gopher jerky? It's delicious.
It's really not delicious.
No, it's not delicious, but it's pretty good.
Not pretty good.
Okay, it's barely edible, but it's the best I can do until somebody gets me some more snakes.
Juliet!
Where?
You'd be perfect! Juliet is an attractive young girl who is capable of deep feelings and irrational behavior.
You got irrational behavior. You struck out with them other two.
You want to say that again?
I think you'd be perfect.
And you'll be Lady Montague.
Okay, what's that?
You died of grief when Romeo was banished from Verona.
Well, we got the antidote to the antidote for the antidote, but now I think we need the next antidote. See what I mean?
This is getting painful.
You mean she can't stop hiccuping?
No, ma'am.
So, like, what do I do?
You're Lady Capulet's nephew. You detest the Montagues.
Do I kill anybody?
I'll let you know.
Hey, can I be Romeo?
Perfect. Great. Who do I get to kiss?
Danita. Oh.
You got a problem with that?
No problem. I just rather kiss that rattler than you.
Oh. We will not have cast members fighting! And you're Paris.
I'm a city in France.
No, you're a young nobleman who expects to marry Juliet.
I'd rather choke on battery acid.
What did you just say?
I think you're the most beautiful woman in the world.
Now, I expect Acts 1 and 2 to be memorized by this afternoon. Capulets and Montagues prepare to meet in the streets of Verona. So what do you want us to do? Get out of here and don't come back until you've memorized the script.
Who gets the script first?
You do, and pass it on.
Across the highway is no place.
It's about 200 miles. Why do we have to come all the way down here?
As you are aware, a few mistakes have been made lately.
A few mistakes? You know what? How about a couple of hundred mistakes? You might even say our entire agency is the most mistake-making agency in Washington.
Okay already.
Maybe even the whole country.
We get the point.
Maybe even the whole history of the world.
We knock it off. We get the point. We need to take care of this nowhere business without anybody else finding out about it.
You haven't told anybody, have you?
Definitely not. Well, maybe not definitely, but surely not. Well, maybe not surely, but probably not.
Who'd you tell?
A congressman's aide. He promised to keep the secret, though.
You believe a congressional aide?
Of course I did. Well, I didn't exactly, but I came close.
Which congressman's aide was it?
Congressman Snort's aide, guy who goes by the name of Jerry Mander,
He's the worst congressman in the history of Congress.
maybe in the whole history of the world.
If Snort knows, you can bet he's out here trying to make a buck off it.
And he'll take us down to do it.
Can't you drive any faster? What was that?
I think it was a very large cactus.
Say, where's the road?
We lost about 200 miles back.
Well, that's not good.
But I guess it could be worse.
It is worse, the car's overheating.
Call AAA.
No signal.
Well, I guess we're just gonna have to get out and walk.
I remember on a mission in the jungle of Brazil, trapped on a notorious crime lord and hairdresser named Mr. Wolf.
We parachuted about a mile below the Amazon.
We were off course by about 200 miles.
We saw pythons the size of skyscrapers, tarantulas that German shepherds, bottomless pits of quicksand, and every predator known to mankind.
Yeah, we walked day and night and day. We were tired.
Water! Money! Water! Money! Water! Money! Etc. I'm dying of thirst. Give $1,000 for a single sip of water.
For you? That'll be $1,000.
I've been your assistant for years. Don't you care about my health and well-being?
Not when there's money to be made. $1,000 a swallow.
How about $50 and I get 2 swallows?
You've got to be kidding me.
Will you take a check?
From you? Not your wife.
But I don't have $1,000.
That's a shame. Money. Money.
How about $200, 3 sips, and I'll throw in the keys to my car?
Your car is a piece of junk.
What's it gonna give you, the car? It's the keys. Oh well. Water! 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 Water!
The weather was 40 below, and all we had was a polo shirt, a pair of khakis, and a very nice pair of Italian shoes.
The water in our canteen was frozen in a matter of minutes.
Our mission was looking at certain enemies out deep beneath the ice. All we had was a compass and a copy of the National Enquirer.
Oh, I wish you'd all go away. Water! Water!
And then there was the trail of Patagonia.
And all I had was a BB gun
And an empty bottle of ginger ale.
Good morning, North Nevada.
This is radio station KRUM.
The big news is the opening of the Nowhere Community Theater's production of Romeo and Juliet, directed by Miss Mavis Gulch, a famous director from somewhere, and I don't mean Utah.
I think we'll head over to the Lonesome Dog to get ready for the opening.
I know you'll all want to get there early to get a good seat.
Now, let's hear a little music. Here's a little song to think about
But we're not listening to the radio. That great country western classic, well, it's not great, but it's almost adequate.
Here it is. I love peaches, but you're the pits.
Welcome to my glorious production of Shakespeare's great tragedy, Romeo and Juliet. Now, even though this isn't Broadway, or off-Broadway, or professional theater, or amateur theater, or any kind of theater I have ever seen, I have molded this cast into a performing company worthy of, well, not very much. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Nowhere Community Theater, under the direction of yours truly, presents Romeo and Juliet.
Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene.
From ancient grudge break to new mutiny.
Water! Water! Please, anything for a glass of water!
Who is this?
I think we got us a sick person here.
I'll get him some water.
I've been crawling around the desert for hours. I don't know where I am. I don't know who I am.
Would you be quiet while they finish the prologue?
Two house.
Water! 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 All right, I want it.
We're never going to finish this, are we?
Why has the action stopped? This is a performance, you know?
We got ourselves a couple of dehydrated desert rats. I'm sorry, continue on. And does anyone want to play Paris? I do.
Forget it! Shoot! Continue.
Okay, I'll try. Let's see. Two houses, fair Verona, ancient grudge. Okay.
Not that water, Anita. Sorry, continue.
Where civil blood makes civil hands unclean.
Wow. Where what makes
It was awful. I didn't think I'd get out alive. There were spiders and snakes and sand everywhere.
Well, that's the desert.
I'm not talking about the desert. I'm talking about the hotel room where I stayed in Las Vegas. He stayed at Caesar's Palace.
Well, they have some really good shows.
Where civil blood makes civil hands unclean.
So, how'd you guys end up in nowhere?
We got lost. He had water with share.
Wow, it's really cruel.
A pair of star-crossed lovers take their life?
Alas, that view who's muffled still should without eyes see pathways to his will.
What are you doing? The director said you've been out here long enough.
But we haven't even finished the prologue.
Anyway, Romeo enters, he's having a chat with his buds, and that's the end of that scene.
I'm here, what is your will? Of all the days of the year, upon that day. Wait, that's not right. Never mind.
Please have a glass of water.
Oh, yeah, wait, I need to go on stage.
Okay, you remember now? I think so. Miss Capulet says, enough of this, pray thee hold thy peace. And I say, yes, madame, yet I cannot choose but to laugh. To think he should leave crying himself high. And yet I worn it upon his brow, and I don't know the rest. It doesn't matter. But I'm talking to Juliet and her mother. We never cast anybody to be her mother. You're right, it doesn't matter.
What shall this speech be spoken for our excuse, or shall we on without apology?
You're a lover, borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above the common bound.
This by his voice should be a Montague.
Come hither covered with an antic face.
Gray-eyed morn smiles in the frowny night, checkering the eastern clouds with streaks of light. So where have you been after, Friar John?
Going to find a barefoot brother out of our order to associate me here in the city, visiting the sick, and I can't remember the rest.
I never learned when I was supposed to enter or what I was supposed to say.
You should get up there and say something.
I think we're done here, Miss Gulch.
Well, all I can say is it's a good thing no one showed up to see this fiasco.
Well, I mean, it was better than the two-man production of Les Mis.
Water! Water! Water!
What is it now?
We got people thrown in here like flies on roadkill.
Hey, it's the boss. We were supposed to have these people out of here by now.
Don't let them near me.
And then there were times when we were drinking the Borneo. We were surrounded by hungry cannibals who hadn't had a square meal in months. We're the appetizers, the entree, and the dessert.
Who are you and why are you interrupting my performance?
Our mission is classified.
We may have to eliminate all of you for the sake of national security.
That wouldn't be really nice.
They are here to run you out of town so we can destroy your homes and businesses by dumping 500 tons of toxic waste.
We got a landfill.
I don't think it's big enough for all that.
You shouldn't have said that. You will have to be eliminated.
At least I won't have to listen to any more of your stupid stories.
Stupid stories. Or don't even insinuate that our life's adventures are stupid.
They're noble and inspiring.
Maybe not noble and inspiring.
But they are more adequate tales of adventure.
They're dumb!
Or high flash jump.
Who are you and why are you interrupting my performance in the ensuing tirade I'm about to have?
I, good citizens, am here to prevent a terrible miscarriage of governmental abuse. These charlatans seek to deprive you of what is rightfully yours. And what can be mine? They seek to pollute the quaint little oasis of your beautiful homes with the greedy sludge of capitalism.
Does anybody know what this turkey is talking about?
No! I'm afraid it's too late for your political grandstanding.
The trucks are on their way.
There's nothing you can do to stop them.
Citizens, revolt! Stop this injustice! Allow me, your elected representative, to represent you! If you allow me to hold the leases on your property rights, I can guarantee an overwhelming profit. Once I take my finder's fee off the top, that is.
Who is this clown?
This clown is your honorable Congressman, Cranston Snore. And as your Congressman, he is here to assure that your rights as citizens are protected from the intrusion of the government.
Should we hang him from the rafters, feed him to the coyotes, or think of something much more painful?
Oh, let's time to the teardrop scorpions on the back of his shirt, and then move on to the rattlesnakes.
And poison lizards.
And tarantulas.
What is wrong with you people? Your congressman is here to help.
Ever hear of Rattlesnake City?
Of course I've heard of Rattlesnake City. It's in the congressman's district.
They got the highway, and we got the shaft.
Oh, and I guess you're unhappy with that.
Yes, we're unhappy.
Oh,
And whatever we do to Congressman Snort, we're going to do to his associate.
associate? No. Things been a little misunderstanding here. You see, I just met this man while crawling around your beautiful desert. You know, cactus really is a lovely plant, as long as you don't sit on it.
If we don't do something, we're going to be in deep trouble.
Ladies and gentlemen, and the rest of you, you should show the same hospitality and consideration to your congressman as you showed to me. First, let's offer our guests a refreshing beverage.
Gross!
Where did you get a phone that works out here?
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
By lifting of our thumbs, something wicked this way comes.
I told you it was Macbeth. Double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
How'd she learn our secret codes?
Ever hear of Shakespeare?
No, but I may have to kill you anyway.
The trucks are in place. Don't waste another minute.
Dump that toxic waste.
Dump it now! I don't care if people are around.
Y'all better get out of here! They just ordered 500 tons of toxic waste to be dumped on your town!
And if you use my phone, I may just have to kill you.
Yes, this is Rusty Ford, Sheriff of Nowhere. I order you to stop dumping pollutants on our town. It's too late. The first truckload has already been dumped in town square.
I don't see any trucks on the town square.
Wait, where exactly in the town square did you dump the toxic waste? Next to the giant bronze roulette wheel.
We don't have a giant statue of bronze roulette wheel in nowhere.
But they do it!
Rattlesnake City!
Rattlesnake City? That's my biggest constituency! You better stop that right now and call me a doctor! I see the light at a very long, dark tunnel!
It looks like you polluted the wrong town.
Where are you? You took the exit from the highway and traveled 2 miles?
You were supposed to travel 200 miles.
They're dumping their toxic waste in the wrong place.
They say the fumes are so bad, people are hopping into the cars and pickups and heading out to the desert.
They should be here in an hour.
You ruined the wrong town? Oh, well, it finished in the agency. What are we going to do?
I'm going to stay here and finish Romeo and Juliet. And wait for the next antidote to work.
Then what am I going to do?
How about Othello? It has everything. Jealousy, betrayal, provocation.
That sounds like
Your congressman over there. There she is, we found her. I told you this was a reality TV show.
Lola Vegeta, why'd you off the stagecoach too?
I actually didn't walk off the set. I left in a car.
What are you doing in the middle of nowhere?
I decided to take a leave of absence from Mr. Scorcheated Two-Face whatever's film to direct a small-town version of Romeo and Juliet.
Oh yeah, Miss Lola Vegeta has a very strong sense of community service.
And this clearly struggling community theater needs some help.
Lots of help.
What's Congressman Snore doing here?
He's trying to steal our land and dump toxic waste on it. You want a sensational story?
Yes!
Well, let us tell you about Congressman Cranston Snore.
In a few hours, we're going to be overrun by people trying to escape from Rattlesnake City. And they're going to be angry at one particular congressman.
And his mousy little assistant.
You can't do this to me! I'll be ruined! I'll be washed up! And I'm feeling really sick!
I swear I don't know that man. Please, did someone say antidote?
When the people from Rattlesnake City get here, they're going to want some entertainment. We're going to have an audience!
What if they don't want to see Romeo and Juliet?
Oh, they'll want to see it. Otherwise, Anita will serve the groundwater.
Miss Hunt and I might have to stay in nowhere forever! Wow, we're gonna have a population boom!
Maybe we can finally get a highway!
And a roulette wheel!
And a casino.
In a real community theater.
What do you mean? And I can finally cook something besides snakes and lizards.
All right, people, let's get to work. I don't want to replay the last performance.
Wait, what about Congressman Snore and his friends?
I really don't feel good.
Sheriff Rusty Ford can get them the antidote in a couple of weeks.
Some shall be pardoned and some punished, for there never was a story of more woe than Miss Juliet and her Romeo. And Congressman snored. Things look pretty good for everyone else.
seniors in the play this year, but we definitely did not want you to think you could get away with not coming up on stage. You've done so much for all of us through making the production, getting us all our costumes and all of our props, and we just want to say a big, huge thank you, and we love you so much, Ms. Brown.
And I thought I was going to get away with it because there aren't any seniors who are here. As you can see, this is an amazing cast and crew of a huge amount of kids who have worked really, really hard to make this production happen. We had 21 scene changes, nearly 50 kids, about $5,000 worth of snacks, and a lot of work to make all of this happen. You have amazing children who work so hard. Some of them are multitasking with hockey and basketball and dance and sports and everything else they do, plus drama club. And I can't be more proud to have been their director. They completely rocked tonight. You guys make me super proud, but we got to do it again tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you.